Okay, yeah. All right, guys, we're having some technical difficulties. Hello, I am Recie Myers, and
I'm Roland.
And we come to you every day, Monday through Friday. Oh, see, somebody's there? Okay. We come to you every day, Monday through Friday, to share a tip or two with you of what we have learned. Hi, Sabira. I'm glad that you're here. We were having some challenges. Hi, Cynthia. My sister's here.
Hey, Cynthia.
And we are sharing just a little nugget of what we read today. I titled it, Wobbly Legs. Are you standing on firm ground or are you standing on wobbly legs? What does that have to do with being financially free? You want to tell them?
Yeah, well, we look at the cash flow quadrant, and as you see, there are two sides, okay, representing two legs. Can you make that out? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's now backwards.
Oops, sorry about that.
Well, you know, it's fine. You know, I think it's just the way the camera picked it up.
Okay.
You know,
yeah, still backwards.
You were right. You were right. Okay.
Well, anyway, where are your legs planted? Are they all on one side, or are you standing on one side versus having one leg on one quadrant, one leg in the other? That's what we're going to discuss today.
All right. So when you're standing on the bus, when you're riding a bus, whatever, a city bus, and you're standing up, more than likely you're going to wobble, lean to one side or another. But if you're standing with your legs apart, you are less likely to topple over.
Better brace.
So what does that have to do with the quadrants, and how does that get you financially free? Well, you know, most people are on the left quadrant, which is the employee. Okay, this somehow is showing backwards, but this is employee or self-employed. That's where most people operate. But you know, if you are just in one quadrant, having your feet in one of those, chances are there's going to be difficulty ahead. You know, most people want job security. And if you want job security, you over here. That's not going to get you job security. Most people really, really want to be financially free. And to be financially free, Robert Kiyosaki talks about having one foot on the left, in the left quadrant, which is either employee or self-employed, and the other foot in the right quadrant. So we have some little diagrams for you today. All right. So if you're an employee, one foot is standing in the left quadrant. You need to put another foot in the right quadrant. So either you move from employee to business owner, or for employee to investor. Roland and I, this is where we were. Most Americans are here or here. You know, very few make it over to the right side of the quadrant. So if you want to achieve financial freedom, financial independence, and you are here, you need to move either to the business owner or to an investor. Okay? Now, what if, you want to explain that one?
I just wanted to say, matter of fact, in the book, Robert talks about two employees that were firefighters. Okay, they were employees, but then also they were investors. So what that encouraged them to do, they were able to make, at one time, over $30,000 a month. Okay? And as a firefighter, you know, you only really work 2 days. So they worked 2 days, and then they spent the other 2 days working as investors, and then they spent the other 2 days of the week with their families. So that's a good move. That's where you want to be.
So let's say you're not an employee. Maybe you are self-employed. So that might be you right here. You need to put one leg, of course, it's already on the left, self-employed. Then you need to either go to a business owner or to be an investor. So having one leg in one quadrant on the left and one leg on the right, the chances of you being successful and achieving financial freedom is multiplied.
Right.
Whereas if you just move from employee to self-employed, oh, you are in for a world of hurt.
Let me just say, most of your entrepreneurs, they're self-employed. They also are business owners. So as an entrepreneur, maybe that'd be the way that we need to think. Or you could be self-employed and you can be an investor, okay, like Bill Gates, all right? So
that's right. So, so if you are operating solely on the left side, which is employee or self-employed. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Kenneth. Glad that you're here with us. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Be sure to tell us that. And Cynthia, you too. Tell us where you're tuning in from. And yes, Sabira, Sensei Sabira, glad you all are here. I'm hoping you can hear me well because Roland and I were sharing my phone. Sometimes something's wrong with my Wi-Fi. Anyway, so glad that we can. Now, I wanted to say that if you are in the employee or self-employed, you need to find a way to move over to the business owner or investor side. And one thing that you might want to consider is there are opportunities around us everywhere. Okay, well, hold on. I'm not seeing the comments. Oh, they're the comments. Okay. Hi, Cynthia. Sorry, we were not getting the comments. Thank you. Hi, Sensei Sabira. All right, good. I was saying, what was I saying?
okay, moving from one quadrant to another.
Yes, to move from one quadrant on the left to the right side, you may consider taking a class, you know, in an area. Like if you want to know more about real estate, take a class. And there are classes that are offered free, either universities or in the community.
Knowledge is power.
That's right. In that chapter we were reading, knowledge is power. And which brings us to knowledge. Roland and I are taking a class. And every time I take it, this is going to be our third time taking it, it's coming up in January, and it's free. It's free. All right, so you are a great teacher. Oh, thank you, thank you. That must be Sensei Sabira. Thank you, Sensei. Yes, the class is coming up. It's called Gold and Bitcoin Bootcamp. And we were talking about how technology changes all the time. We cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the industrial age. We have to move to the age of information. And if you want to become secure in financially free, you have to be open to ideas, new ideas, and they're all around us.
And as a matter of fact, he talks about the importance of education, especially if you're an employee, because the market changes so much. So when it does change, you want to be prepared. But, you know, our emphasis is, you know, not to stay as the employed, but also to branch out to the left side of the quadrant.
To the right.
To the right, I mean.
The right side.
Business or investor.
Investor, that's right. So those are just some of the things that we learned today, and we wanted to make sure that we brought it to you. And, you know, I can say it, but if you can see it, it helps to register better. So, oh, wow. Those of you who are on, thank you for joining us today. I see Kenneth, Marvin Gaye, you know, I'm sure you must get a lot of comments about Marvin Gaye. Wonder if you sing like Marvin. All right. And then it says, how much time do you spend investing? Well, it doesn't take long. You need to, one of my my coach, my mentor, Sensei Sabira, she was just on a few minutes ago. She's still there. It doesn't take very long. Right now, technology, you know, is changing. I'm sure you may have heard of Bitcoins and how it's been soaring, I should say. It doesn't take long. You just...
But investing is where you want to stay, because remember, that's where your profits and everything come from. You know, we talked about using assets and things like that and investing. So, you know, you'll want the investing to be constantly ongoing.
That's right. And so I'm excited about what's happening in the investment world, because we are working towards being able to use all of our pay all of our expenses from our profits,
Right.
from the investment.
That's what you want to live on.
So that's right. And so be sure to let me know. Send me a link, not a link. Send me a note to let me know if you're interested in taking this class. It's starting again in January. I don't have the exact date, but you know, it's good to educate ourselves because we don't want to be left behind. All right. Did I say everything, or did you want to add something?
Not that. Oh no, I already said that.
Okay. So we'll come again to share a nugget or two tomorrow, and you know, it's exciting. I'm so glad that I came out of just the employee circle, because in the employee circle, that's where you're chasing your tail. You're going around and around in a circle. We have to branch out. At least have one foot in the left, on the left side, and one on the right. So
sometimes to get anything done, you have to put yourself in that situation, you know, and be determined, you know, that what course you're going to follow. So that's kind of what we did.
And before I say, but share this out, because there's someone out there that's looking for ways that they can improve their financial situation. And so Roland and I are definitely on this path, and we don't mind sharing what we've learned with others so that you too can empower yourself and make a change. Hi, Natasha. Glad that you're here. Sorry, we're coming at the end of it, the tail end, but you can catch the replay and share this on out. Share it. Do us a favor and share it out. I thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow at same time, 3:30.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.